Any first timers? Nice job. Every time you do a first time, it's a PR. That's awesome. So fantastic. How are we feeling? Any soreness? We recovered? It's okay. That's okay. Goal for tonight, I'm just going to help you guys go through a few different easy poses of stretching, go-tos for foam roller use, that type of stuff to hit hips, thigh muscles, calves. If you brought a lacrosse ball, we can talk through some stuff for the foot and ankle. If you have some specific stuff of like, hey, actually, Greg, my low back's kind of tight, we can do some individualized stuff like that towards the end. Any sore hips out there? Yep, okay. Calves, how the calves doing? Pretty tight. Quads recovered yet? Good, all right, yep. Maybe a few of us have been there when you get done with a long run, you walk down the stairs backwards the next day. That was me, yeah, I've been there. We're gonna just go through the stretches. If you need a modification because something doesn't feel right, it's painful, just flag myself or Corey down and we can provide you a specific modification for whatever you need. Any questions? Can anybody think about why it might be beneficial to take some time where you're not running quite as much mileage directly after a race?
Muscles have to repair.
Muscles have to repair. What was another one here?
You can heal.
Heal, that's perfect, yeah. When you're going through a training program, you're gonna be accumulating a lot of miles, right? And a lot of intensity. That builds up over time. The best thing you can do after that is not necessarily shut it down, but it is okay to kind of bring it back a little bit. A number I like to say is, say you ran 20 miles in your final week of training, you might cut that back to 80% of that. And that's where you start and you build back. You might not be focused on pace, you might not be focused on accumulating more miles, it's more about enjoying the running. That period lasts 1 to 2 weeks. This is a great time to start nailing down your cross training again, maybe doing some biking or other non-impact type stuff. So that period of time where it's almost like you're off is about 2 or so weeks before you start kind of honing back in and deciding what your next race is going to be or what your next training goal is, which we can hit on in a little bit. So just in general, some risks of continuing that high volume training might be that you're going to have an increased risk of running injury. Running in and of itself is not dangerous, despite what you might hear. When it properly progressed, all of that, it's one of the best activities I think you can do. It's obviously why I like to run. But the truth is, the more hours you spend running, the more times you go running, the risk does increase of sustaining an injury. Those injuries usually are the occurrence of training error. You go too fast, too soon, you do too much too quickly, those types of things. Or sometimes it can be a repetitive stress issue where maybe you weren't fully prepared for that. But the more time you spend running, inherently there's more risks to it, but running in itself, it's not risky. From a mental side of things,